What is going on, you guys? Bashtian here, and today I'm coming at you with the Flunderfreeze deck profile. Flunderfreeze, the penguin, Arctic penguin deck profile for you guys. So this is the newest deck coming out of the Burst of Destiny, coming out, I believe it's going to be in early November, November 3rd. A lot of people speculating it's going to be the next tier 0, tier 1 deck. And normally when a deck has that kind of hype behind it, it's a whole load of crap. However, when this specific deck, I'm starting to understand why people feel the way they feel. So basically, for the Flunderfreeze archetype, as a whole, and not a whole bunch, but it's a few penguin, arctic bird, it's winged beast monsters, and they revolve around not special summoning. And they all share the similar effect. They get banished instead of being sent to the graveyard. And then they gain effects when you normal summon while they're banished. You get to add them back to your hand. It's just a recurring cycle where you continuously add resources back into your hand that you've already used. It's absolutely insane. And the boss monster for this deck, the Empen, is absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and get right into that deck profile, guys. First, you're going to want to go ahead and play 2 of the boss monster for the deck. It's going to be 2 Flunderfreeze Empen. So Empen, what this can actually do is, aside from being able to add a spell trap from your deck, a Flunderfreeze spell trap from your deck to your hand, it also allows you to immediately normal summon an additional monster. So that is a common effect that they all share. Once their effect resolves, it allows you to have an additional normal summon, which is actually really cool. So it means you never have to special summon in the entire time that you are using this deck. There are going to be times where you might go into something, that's why there is an extra deck, but it's not necessary. Aside from being able to add the spell trap to your hand and granting you an additional normal summon, monsters that your opponent controls are in attack position, and special summon attack position monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects, which is pretty much saying it's basically a skill drain for any special summon attack position monster. So if you go up against something like a Sky Striker, where they always have to be in attack position, or any really link based deck, especially a Dragon Link as well, they're gonna have a very hard time getting around this card. I mean, it is only it is a 2700 attack beat stick. It's kind of low for a beat stick. You really want to have 28, 29, even 3000 or above. Hopefully 2700 is a little low. However, it is going to be tough getting a monster that has enough attack points to get over it when all your monster effects are currently negated. Next, let's go ahead and go into the 2 searchers of the deck. So 3 Robina and 3 Eaglin. So Robina, when it's normal summoned, it gains the effect that you get to add a level 4 or lower winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. Cards that you can search for this: Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. You can search also DD Crow, things like this. But essentially, you're just going to go ahead and search. 9 times out of 10 I've been doing is searching the Eaglin. So then you can go ahead and normal summon Eaglin and get Eaglin's effect, which is that you can add a level 7 or higher winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. These include not only the Empen boss monster, but you can get Ryza the Mega Monarch, which is a winged beast monster, absolutely ridiculous card. Mist Valley Apex Avian, ridiculous card as well. And there's so many other cards you can get with it as well. So it really adds a lot to the versatility of this deck, which I think is amazing. So you want to play 3 of both of the searchers. And then next we get to the, I guess, more underwhelming cards of the archetype, but they're still very useful as well. It's 2 Stritch and 2 Tokan. The Stritch, what is going to allow you to do, target a card in either graveyard and banish it, and immediately you get to normal summon an additional monster. What does this allow you to do? It allows you to keep your graveyard clear, which then synergizes with cards like Dimension Shifter, which needs you to have no cards in the graveyard in order to be able to activate, and then not allow your opponent to essentially use their graveyard. 2 tokens. Essentially what this card does is, this card's normal summon, you can target one of your banished Flunderfreeze cards and add it to your hand. Not just monsters, any cards, spell, trap as well. So that's really cool also. And that's pretty much it gonna be for the Flunderfreeze monsters. Again, we've pretty much gone all over the rest of the monsters, but we'll go over it one more time. So play 1 Ryza, 1 Mist Valley Apex Avian, 1 Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds, 3 Dimension Shifter, absolutely broken card in this deck, 3 Ash Blossom Joy Springs because it is the most generic hand trap still, and that's going to be it for the monster lineup. For the spells, we have 3 of the Mysterious Map, which is the Flunderfreeze field spell card, which is absolutely nuts. So what it allows you to do is it allows you essentially to unbrick your hand. Let's say you only have the map in 1 Flunderfreeze. What it allows you to do is you get to reveal that Flunderfreeze and then banish another Flunderfreeze with a different name from your deck to the banish zone, and then you get to immediately normal summon it. Next, essentially, the banished Flunderfreeze monster that you banish with the field spell will gain its effect to then add itself to the hand because you normal summon the monster, which is absolutely insane. It just keeps going on from there. So that's super ridiculous as well. Then it also allows you to normal summon on your opponent's turn whenever your opponent normal summons the monster, which is actually ridiculous as well, because then it lets you activate your effects on their turn. It's just so much more interruption. So definitely want to max out on this field spell at 3. Only 1 other Flunderfreeze Unknown Wind. Essentially, it allows you to tribute your opponent's monster for your tribute summon, which is actually really cool. It's like a Monarch Stormforth type card, which is nice, but it allows you to unbreak your hand as well. You get to reveal 2 Winged Beast monsters in your hand and place them in the bottom of the deck, then draw the same amount of cards you put in the bottom of the deck. So it doesn't have to be exactly Flunderfreeze cards. So if you have, say, a Mist Valley Avian and a Ryza Mega Monarch, you can't do anything with it in your hand, so it allows you then to unbreak your hand. It's nice, but it's not the most. There are better cards to play, which we're about to get into. So 3 Triple Tactics Talent, 3 Pot of Prosperity, and triple Duality. So Duality is incredible in this deck because you don't special summon, so you don't care about the fact that it doesn't allow you special summon anymore. Pot of Prosperity, you use it because you want to just dig deep to find your specific starter cards. Extravagance does work in this place as well. However, the issue with Extravagance is that it destroys the utility of the extra deck. Overall, Prosperity is by far the better card. Triple Tactics Talent, of course, this deck can be very susceptible to hand traps such as Effect Veiler or Infinite Impermanence. Getting Triple Tactics Talent to, it doesn't really work with Impermanence, but if you get Effect Veilered or if you get Ashed, it hurts this deck quite a bit. So Triple Tactics Talent is going to allow you to again take that next extra step that way you can hopefully continue on with your plays. Absolute must-have at 3 in this deck. Then for the consistency card is going to be Terraforming, of course, and then the 1 Call by the Grave. Like I said, this deck is very susceptible to hand traps, but there's no real space for Crossout Designator in this deck as far as the way I built it. On for the traps, we play triple of the Flunderfreeze and the City of Dreams. Absolutely ridiculous cards. So during your main phase, or during the main phase I should say, immediately after this card resolves, normal summon a level 4 or lower Winged Beast monster. If you tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card to change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position, which is a hard once per turn. Makes sense. Not only are you negating your opponent's monsters who are in attack position, but now you have an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno effect that is in the form of a trap and it's in your graveyard, so you can't negate it on the field. It's absolutely ridiculous. Forget reading Miscellaneous Taurus. I mean, this card's in the graveyard. You can't. It's unaffected, so it's absolutely ridiculous as well. And then I do play the 1 Macro Cosmos in here because I do want to completely stall my opponent as much as possible. That's gonna be it for the main deck, guys. Now going on to the extra deck. As far as the extra deck goes, you play 2 AA Zeus. Again, you play XZ, so why not? Again, it's not necessary to play AA Zeus. If you want to fill your extra deck with a whole bunch of random BS you find in your drawer, that's cool too, as long as you have 15 cards. 1 Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer for the lols essentially. There's not even 3 level 10s in this deck. However, if you do want to play the Snowball or a third Empen, then you do have that option. One Ultimate Raid Raptor, Ultimate Falcon. It is a winged beast, so there is synergy there. 2 Super Dora, 2 Gustav Max, 2 Assembled Nightingale, 1 Borrelsword Dragon, the Nightmare package, and Salamangreat Almaraz to top it all off. So guys, that's going to be it for the Flunderfreeze deck profile. That is going to be so annoying to say for the next few months, but it's actually looking like it's going to be a very intense top tier contender. The way it's just able to, I don't think any other control deck has had this much power over the graveyard in a very long time. Also considering that doesn't have to special summon at all whatsoever. It's absolutely insane. It reminds me of like a True Draco and the old school banish decks that would play 3D Fissure, 3 Macro Cosmo, 3 DV Crow, and just banish everything your opponent had. Absolutely insane, and just of course more modern version. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How would you guys go about building this deck? I know there's multiple ways you can go about building it. You make it trap heavy, spell heavy, Book of Moons, you know, straight banish, straight I've seen people play this with Dogmatica as well. So let me know how you guys would go about playing the Flunderfreeze deck. And go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos, guys. I'll go ahead and see y'all in the next one.